It's costly to the farmer, number one. It's costly in terms of the soil fertility, if we're losing it out of the soil system. And it's also a big cost to the environment. So no farmer wants to be polluting his or her waterway or the well water, we'll say, under their land that their farm family or their neighbours are drinking. It's the recovery, the proportion of what we apply, how much of that is recovered by the grass, number one. If we think about a cattle or sheep farm or dairy farm, how much of that is recovered in the grass, and ultimately how much is recovered in the end product that we're selling in terms of milk, meat, or potentially crops going out the gate. And it's the difference between the two. I think feeding to yield, understanding your soils, understanding the swards on your farm, and then trying to match the nutrients or the nitrogen in particular to those fields. Grass will not grow or grows very, very poorly if the soil temperature is below 5 degrees. You put it on at the right time seasonally when the grass is growing, and you put it on at the right rate. If we're using low emission slurry spreading, each 1,000 gallons probably has about 8 or 9 units of N. And clover in that mix, where the plant itself, that clover plant, is fixing or capturing nitrogen from the atmosphere and pumping it down into the soil, where the grass, the ryegrass, and what other species you have in there get the benefit from having the clover being a neighbour of the clover in the soil. And lastly, but probably is the first one that you think about, where are you going to go with it? The right place. It's just thinking about what we're going to do in 2021 and implementing these little changes. And I think the setting on the fertilizer spreader is probably the most important bit.